So the Oxy-Torch Cutter. This is one of the modifications used for the multi-tool. It is least used because it just does a very little bit of damage, and any weapon in the game does significantly more damage than this. Actually, even a melee hit can do more damage than this multi-tool attachment. So what was this weapon or this multi-tool attachment used for? Originally, I believe there was a mission for this. I am pretty sure I haven't done the original mission where this could be used. But I do remember some locked doors at certain locations, like some of the outposts. You could actually use this tool to break certain parts of the door to gain access. I am also nearly 99% sure you could use any weapon for that matter, because this Oxy-Torch attachment just does a very little bit of damage, so any kind of weapon would suffice, because they will actually do more damage. There was also a time when this tool was used to break into hostile ships, NPC ships. It is still viable for that. It is almost viable for breaking into any kind of ship. So I decided to put it up to the test. I will use the P4AR rifle and the Oxy-Torch Cutter to see how much is the actual type difference between breaking down an airlock. To keep it fair, I found a Drake Cutlass Red, which is ideal because it has 2 airlocks. The first tour with P4AR took me less than 2 seconds. I did try to open the second one, and the second one itself took also the same amount. With the Oxy-Torch, I decided to speed this up because this one door was taking up 100 seconds, 1 minute 40 seconds, and that was just for the first door. And the second door took up also the same amount of time, taking total of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. While with the P4AR I did need to reload, but total of damage time or damage duration was just 4 seconds, maybe slightly above that. It can be a sneaky tool, as any kind of gunfire, even with a silencer, will do more sound. But you will be able to gain an entrance or access to the ship quite a bit faster when using the ballistic or any kind of other weapon that does damage. I also want to note that using this tool or firearms on a bigger door like the rear door can sometimes break the door, thus still opening it, but sometimes with the 25%, 50% open or 3/4 of the way down open, and it will just get stuck there. It's not only regarding doors, you can also use it on lifts to gain entrance, and even those can break midway down. This is also a viable way to get access to ships which you might not be able to afford, because you can find some of these forgotten, left behind ships quite often around mission areas, around bunkers, places where players would land. The Oxy-Torch Cutter itself is relatively useless modification to our multi-tool. Yes, it can help you gain access, but these days, why wouldn't you use a weapon? Of course, if you want to be sneaky, perhaps it is a good idea to use it, but I would rather try and be fast to make my entrance into the ship and make my way to the bridge. If you don't want to waste your ammo or just don't have any weapons at your disposal, but you do have your ship, you can actually use that to damage the rear doors or parts of the ship you wish to board, as any kind of damage can break the doors of the ships open. You may have noticed when fighting against other certain bigger ships that they have taken quite a bit of damage, and eventually a rear door or side door or something will pop open. So we can say the Oxy-Torch is not that ideal of a weapon for boarding, not at least anymore. It's not that ideal to be used for missions, as actually those missions were mostly discontinued. You can use it to trigger mines and other things, but you can also do the same with your weapons. Unless they plan to pump up the health of these doors and actually make the Oxy-Torch Cutter do significantly more damage against the doors than doing, let's say, against other players or NPCs, and also outperforming any kinds of weapons. Unless they change it, I don't really see the need for the Oxy-Torch Cutter. It hasn't really been used that much from the beginning. But if you want it, love immersion, or just like the roleplay, sure, that is another tool at our disposal. I've been going on long enough, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.